Hello friends, welcome to my channel. You can search my all videos by typing Pravinesh Publication on YouTube. If you have any query regarding these videos or topic, then you can WhatsApp me number. My number is 9016487991. Today I will explain the Standard 8 Science chapter number 2 Microorganisms Friends and Foe Part 2. In this topic friends, increasing soil fertility. Friends, microorganisms are also useful to increase the soil fertility. We know that some microorganisms are good, that is they are friends. So these microorganisms, they help us into increasing the soil fertility. Now from textbook, some bacteria and blue-green algae are able to fix nitrogen from the atmosphere to enrich soil with nitrogen and increase its fertility. These microbes are commonly called biological nitrogen fixers. Friends, on your screen you can see that the figure 2.7, that is the nitrogen fixing blue-green algae. Friends, now the second topic, the cleaning the environment. Friends, you will surprise that the some of organisms are also help us to clean the environment. Now from textbook, Bojo and Paheli had observed the school gardener making manure. Along with their friends, they collected waste of plants, vegetables and fruits from nearby houses and gardens. They put them in a pit meant for waste disposal. After some time, it decomposes and got converted to manure. Bojo and Paheli wanted to know how this had happened. Friends, here in textbook, activity 2.5 is given. Take two pots and fill each pot half with soil. Mark them A and B. Put plant waste in pot A and things like polythene bags, empty glass bottles and broken plastic toys in pot B. Put the pots aside. Observe them after 3-4 weeks. Do you find any difference in the contents of the two pots? If so, what is the difference? You will find that plant waste in pot A has been decomposed. How did this happen? The plant waste has been converted into manure by the action of microbes. The nutrients released in the process can be used by the plants again. Did you notice that in pot B, the polythene bags, empty glasses, bottles and broken toy parts did not go under any such changes? The microbes could not act on them and converted them into manure. You often see large amount of dead organic matter in the form of decaying plants and sometimes dead animals on the ground. You find that they disappear after some time. This is because the microorganisms decompose dead organic waste of plants and animals, converting them into simple substances. These substances are again used by other plants and animals. Thus, microorganisms can be used to degrade the harmful and smelly substances and thereby clean up the environment. Friends, what is given in this topic, that is cleaning the environment. Just imagine a situation. What dog eats? Dog eats the plants, whatever the waste material of our food that we give it to that dog, some fruits, some vegetables and etc. These are the outer raw material used by the dog to get energy. This raw material will enter into the dog. Dog will do their daily activities, their digestion process, respiration process, excretion process. Day by day, the dog grows. After some years, the dog will die. Whenever it dies, it will lay down on the floor or nearby in our society or in the road. Friends, whenever any humans die, we know that in Hindus we bury the person. Whenever in the other religion we put them into the soil. So these are the different process. But when the dog dies, nobody cares about it. So who will take care about these dogs? If they die and if they stay there, so the body creates some harmful microorganisms, some germs that will spread throughout this environment and that will create some disease. So our municipal workers take these dead animals to a specific spot which are decided by our municipal corporation. When they put these dead dogs in that place, so there are some microorganisms which decompose their body. What is the meaning of decomposition? Whatever the food or raw material taken by the dog during a life cycle, now they are converted back into simple substances and they are going back to the soil, and this is done by these microorganisms. So that means these microorganisms decompose the dead body of dog or any animal. So by this way, the microorganisms are helpful in cleaning the environment. Now friends, topic 2.4, harmful microorganisms. Friends, we know that right now the crisis, that is corona crisis, the viruses, they are spreading very fast in this world. So these are the harmful effect of microorganisms. These are very harmful. We have some fever like dengue fever, malaria fever. So these are all due to this microorganisms, and these are harmful. Microorganisms are harmful in many ways. Some of the microorganisms cause disease in human beings, plants and animals. Such disease causing microorganisms are called pathogens. Friends, what is the meaning of pathogens? Pathogens means what? The microorganisms which creates or spread the diseases. Some microorganisms spoil food, clothing and leather. Let us study more about their harmful activities. Disease causing microorganisms in humans. Pathogens enter our body through the air we breathe, the water we drink or the food we eat. They can also get transmitted by direct contact with an infected person or carried through an animal. Microbial disease that can spread from an infected person to a healthy person through air, water, food or physical contact are called communicable diseases. Example of such disease include cholera, common cold, chickenpox and tuberculosis. Friends, here two type of disease. You know that communicable and non-communicable. Communicable means what? The disease which can be spread by air, water, food or direct contact with infected person are known as communicable diseases. The example of this disease are cholera, common cold, chickenpox and tuberculosis. On the other hand, non-communicable disease, the disease which cannot be spread from one infected person to another healthy person is known as non-communicable diseases. For example, any wound in your body, diabetes, these are non-communicable diseases. When a person suffering from common cold sneezes, fine droplets of moisture carrying thousands of viruses are spread in the air. The virus may enter the body of a healthy person while breathing. There are some insects and animals which act as a carriers of disease causing microbes. Carrier means what? They take microorganism from one place to another place. Housefly is one such carrier. The flies sit on the garbage and animal excreta. Pathogens stick to their bodies. When these flies sit on uncovered food, they may transfer the pathogens. Whoever eats the contaminated food is likely to get sick. So, it is advisable to always keep food covered. Avoid consuming uncovered items of food. Another example of carrier is the female Anopheles mosquito, which carries the parasitic of malaria. Female Aedes mosquito acts as a carrier of dengue virus. How can we control the spread of malaria or dengue? In figure 2.8, you can see the diagram of female Anopheles mosquito. All mosquitoes breed in water, hence one should not let water collect anywhere, in coolers, tires, flower pot, etc. By keeping the surrounding clean and dry, we can prevent mosquito from breeding. Try to make a list of measures which help to avoid the spread of malaria. Now friends, in table 2.1, you can see some common human diseases caused by microorganisms. Friends, you need to memorize this table. This is given in textbook. Some of the common diseases affecting humans, their mode of transmission and few general methods of prevention are shown in table 2.1. Friends, we got the information about the disease causing microorganisms in humans. Now, we understand disease causing microorganisms in animals. Yes friends, animals are also affected by these microorganisms like viruses and bacteria. So let us understand. Several microorganisms not only cause disease in humans and plants but also in other animals. For example, anthrax is a dangerous human and cattle disease caused by a bacterium. Foot and mouth disease of cattle is caused by a virus. Disease causing microorganisms in plants. Several microorganisms cause disease in plants like wheat, rice, potato, sugarcane, orange, apple and other. The disease reduces the yield of crop. You can see in table 2.2 for some such plants disease, they can be controlled by the use of certain chemicals which kill the microbes. Friends, on your screen you can see the foot and mouth disease in the cattle. Now, table 2.2, some common plant disease caused by microorganisms, that is on your screen. Now, next is food poisoning. Friends, food poisoning, you have heard about it. Sometimes we overeat or sometimes we eat. We feel some pain in our abdominal, that is in stomach, or sometimes some burning sensation. Some food poisoning, these are not so severe. They can be cured by the home remedy, or we take some mild medicines to cure this, but sometimes it is very dangerous situation. The person has to admit it in hospitals due to food poisoning. Now, food poisoning. Bojo was invited by his friend to a party and he ate a variety of foodstuffs. On reaching home, he started vomiting and had to be taken to a hospital. The doctor said that this condition could be due to food poisoning. Paheli wonders how food can become a poison. Food poisoning could be due to the consumption of food spoiled by some microorganisms. Microorganisms that grow on our food sometimes produce toxic substances. This makes the food poisonous, causing serious illness and even death. So it is very important that we preserve food to prevent it from being spoiled. Now, topic 2.5, food preservation. Friends, we understood what is food poisoning. These microorganisms, they enter into our food and then from food they enter into our body and they can cause food poisoning. There are many methods to prevent food poisoning. Like at our home, we put milk into freezer so that it will not spoil for a longer period of time. If we do not put that milk into freezer in summer season, so that will be spoiled immediately. Now, food preservation. In chapter 1, we have learnt about the methods used to preserve and store food grains. How do we preserve cooked food at home? You know that bread left unused under moist condition is attacked by a fungus. Microorganisms spoil our food. Spoiled food emits bad smell and has a bad taste and color change. Is spoiling of food a chemical reaction? Yes, it is a chemical reaction. Paheli bought some mangoes, but she could not eat them for a few days. Later she found that they were spoiled and rotten, but she knows that the mango pickle her grandmother makes does not spoil for a long time. She is confused. The common methods of preserving food in our homes, we have to save it from the attack of microorganisms. The first method is the chemical method. Salt and edible oils are the common chemicals generally used to check the growth of microorganisms. Therefore, they are called preservatives. We add salt or acid preservatives to pickles to prevent the attack of microbes. Sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate are common preservatives. These are also used in jams and squashes to check their spoilage. So this is the method, that is, we preserve food by chemical method. Friends, in textbook, two preservatives are given, sodium benzoate and sodium metabisulfate. You need to remember this. Now, preservation by common salt. Common salt has been used to preserve meat and fish for ages. Meat and fish are covered with the dry salt to check the growth of bacteria. Salting is also used to preserve amla, raw mangoes, tamarind, etc. Now, preservation by sugar. Jams, jellies and squashes are preserved by sugar. Sugar reduces the moisture content, which inhibits the growth of bacteria which spoil the food. Preservation by oil and vinegar. Use of oil and vinegar prevents spoilage of pickles because bacteria cannot live in such an environment. Vegetables, fruits, fish and meat are often preserved by this method. Heat and cold treatments. You must have observed your mother boiling milk before it is stored or used. Boiling kills many microorganisms. Similarly, we keep our food in the refrigerator. Low temperature inhibits the growth of microbes. Why does the milk that comes in packets not spoil? My mother told me that the milk is pasteurized. What is pasteurization? Friends, we get milk from Amul. You can see on the packets of Amul milk, it is written that pasteurized milk. Pasteurized milk can be consumed without boiling as it is free from harmful microbes. The milk is heated to about 70 degrees Celsius for 15 to 30 seconds and then suddenly chilled and stored. By doing so, it prevents the growth of microbes. This process was discovered by Louis Pasteur. It is called pasteurization. Now friends, topic 2.6, nitrogen fixation. Friends, this is important topic, so focus here because definitely your school will ask this question in your exam. You have learnt about the bacterium Rhizobium in class 6 and 7. It is involved in the fixation of nitrogen in leguminous plant, that is pulses. Recall that Rhizobium lives in the root nodules of leguminous plants. You can see in figure 2.9, such as beans and peas, with which it has a symbiotic relationship. Friends, hear the word symbiotic relationship. What is the meaning of symbiotic relationship? In nature, plants and animals or animals and animals, they help each other for survival. Here, the Rhizobium bacterium, they lives in the root nodules of leguminous plants. So this relation is known as symbiotic relationship. Now you will ask, how this is symbiotic? How they help each other? Here, Rhizobium bacterium, they fix the nitrogen and give it to leguminous plant so they can utilize for their purpose. And here, the leguminous plant, they give shelter or whatever the food they prepared to Rhizobium bacterium. So this is called symbiotic relationship. Another example of symbiotic relationship you can see on your screen. Here the example of heron and buffalo. Heron will sit on the back of buffalo. Here heron can get some food from the buffalo's back and buffalo can get rid of the insect. So this is called symbiotic relationship. Sometimes nitrogen gets fixed through the action of lightning, but you know that the amount of nitrogen in the atmosphere remains constant. You may wonder how. Let us understand this in the next section. Now, nitrogen cycle. Here friends, cycle? That means we write the cycle? No. This is not that kind of cycle. This is a nitrogen cycle. Friends, why we study this? Why we study about the nitrogen cycle? Have you heard about the oxygen cycle, carbon cycle, carbon dioxide cycle? Yes, you have heard. These are called biogeochemical cycles. What is biogeochemical cycle? Bio means living, geo means our nature, that is earth, and cycle. So these elements will circulate in our living organism, which are very essential for our different life activities. They circulate in our body, they enter into our body, they are living from our body, they are going to earth. So this is called biogeochemical cycle. In that, we need to understand nitrogen cycle. Friends, nitrogen we cannot take directly from the atmosphere. We took oxygen directly from the atmosphere, but we cannot take nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. For nitrogen, we have to depending on plants. So now, let us study about the nitrogen cycle in detail. Our atmosphere has 78% nitrogen gas. Nitrogen is one of the essential constituents of all living organisms as a part of protein, chlorophyll, nucleic acid and vitamins. The atmospheric nitrogen cannot be taken directly by plants and animals. Certain bacteria and blue-green algae present in the soil fix nitrogen from the atmosphere and convert it into compounds of nitrogen. Once nitrogen is converted into these usable compounds, it can be utilized by plants from the soil through their root system. Nitrogen is then used for the synthesis of plants' proteins and other compounds. Animals feeding on plants get these proteins and other nitrogen compounds. When plants and animals die, bacteria and fungi present in the soil convert the nitrogenous waste into nitrogenous compounds to be used by plants again. Certain other bacteria convert some part of them to nitrogen gas which goes back into the atmosphere. As a result, the percentage of nitrogen in the atmosphere remains more or less constant. So friends, this is nitrogen cycle. Now we understand from the diagram. You can see on your screen figure 2.10, that is nitrogen cycle. First of all, we start from the nitrogen that is present in the atmosphere. This atmospheric nitrogen, you can see in the diagram, is converted into fixed nitrogen by lightning first. Second way of fixing the nitrogen is by bacteria and blue-green algae. They fix the nitrogen. Then after, this bacteria in turn fix the nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds, and then after it will go to the soil. This nitrogenous compound are taken up by the plants. From plants, they will enter into the animal. Animal eat these plants. From animal, if they eat this plant, then after it will go to the nitrogenous waste from excretion and death. Again, it will go back to the earth, that is in the soil. Next, from the soil, some bacteria, they will release this nitrogen to the atmosphere. Bacteria turn compounds of nitrogen into gaseous nitrogen. So this is a diagram of nitrogen cycle. Friends, practice about the nitrogen cycle. Now friends, in this part 2, I will explain the concept of the science, chapter number 2, microorganisms, friends and foe. What you need to do? You need to read the chapter carefully. You need to understand each and every concept. Then after, you need to memorize the textbook exercise. Some of the diagram, like I explained about the nitrogen cycle, that you need to draw. Friends, if you like my videos, then please press the subscribe button which is given here. And if you have any doubt regarding this lecture, regarding the topic, if you face any conceptual problem, then you can contact me on my number, that is 9016487991. Thank you.